Hey guys, welcome back to the One Akashic. It's Natalia here. Guys, I am not feeling great, okay? I have some major cramps. I'll be right back, everyone. Okay, I'm back. Okay, energy level is crazy low today. Just warning you, the readings are going to be fantastic, but you know, my energy is just really low. And I'm not able with YouTube today. Me just go do TikTok. All right, so guys, this is going to be a lot about Libra. I hope everybody that was in my lives for the past couple of days and last week, all of your readings were posted. Yesterday's readings will be posted today. Let me shuffle up before I get started. And finally, we're on schedule, okay? All right, today we're going to be talking about Libra. And we're going to be talking about the signs that are most likely to be affected by Sun in Libra, okay? So there's going to be a lot. Sun in Libra consists of a lot of different planetary aspects for the time period, okay? All right, so on October 13th, Venus also enters Libra. So we're going to try to cover, you know, Sun in Libra, Venus in Libra, and we're going to cover a little bit of Scorpionic energy also. Mercury enters Scorpio on October 6th, okay? And then there's a full moon in Aries. And that full moon in Aries is going to affect us during this time period, okay? It's going to be really amazing because it's going to help you learn from Saturn, okay? And it's going to help you to like appreciate yourself and love yourself so that you don't tolerate any bullshit from anyone else, okay? And I mean, that's really the Aries way, especially for male Aries, you know? I really feel like male Aries are very much, you know, I think people see Aries as bullies, but now that I've had a lot of experience with Aries, my dad and my husband, I can tell you that, yeah, they kind of are, but they are actually very caring, loving, dependable people, and they don't allow anyone to walk on their face. So if you want to call that being a bully, there might be something wrong with you. Okay. All right. Can my Aries give me a shout out here? Did I come for Aries? Okay. Did I represent? All right. So Mercury is entering Scorpio on October 6th, and this is going to affect your communication. So Scorpios, I feel are people of few words, right? Once they get talking, if a Scorpio meets a person or, you know, has a group of people that they feel comfortable expressing themselves in, then they're going to tell you everything that's really on their mind. It might scare you a little bit. But Scorpios with the general public or, you know, acquaintances or something like that, they really try to consolidate their words and only say what needs to be said. Much like Aries, okay? Both are ruled by Mars. And why are we talking about this during Sun in Libra? Because like I said, Sun in Libra has all of these transits that will be happening simultaneously. And this is going to affect us in a really unique way. So we also have a lot of transits that I'm not mentioning that are happening for the first time in all of our lifetimes and will continue happening for a little while. So we're really going to see some differences in the way that we behave and the way that we see things, the world, our place in it. Okay, so again, we've got Venus entering Libra. This is going to strengthen relationships. It's going to increase the potential for everyone to fall in love, for you to say what's on your mind, to take that chance. We're going to have really concise communication because Mercury is going to enter Scorpio. We're going to have a full moon in Aries that's going to help you to love yourself and also to stick up for yourself, okay? That's like the nuts and bolts of the transit. I think it's pretty significant if you ask me. Don't forget that, you know, while this is happening, the sun is going to eventually move into Scorpio, and then we'll have all of this underworld Scorpionic shit to deal with, which I also love. Okay. All right, guys. So let's get started. Now you know what's happening. The very first time we're going to look at, obviously, is Libra, because it's going to be Sun in Libra. And so Libra is going to be highly affected by all of these transits. Okay. So all my Libras in the house, I'm doing you first. And I just know that you're all going to saunter in here because Libra is sometimes late. I know you're all going to saunter in here and be like, are you doing Libra? Are you doing Libra? Are you doing Libra? I did it already, okay? It's the first one. All right, Libra. How is this transit going to affect you? So basically, how are these transits going to affect you in Libra season, okay? These transits have a lot to do with like love relationships, so we'll focus on love. Okay, we've got the Emperor here. This is really strong Mars energy, okay? The Hanged Man, Haitian energy. The World card. It's really going in exactly the order of the transits that I mentioned here. And one more. The King of Swords. Already, I'm seeing, woo, Lord have mercy. I'm seeing very powerful people, and you could be in here, Libra, as the King of Swords, let's say. And I see a lot of revolutionary thinking with the Hanged Man, okay? And I see like you ending things that maybe are not working for you. But let's get clarification so that we can find out more about this, Libra, okay? The Emperor, Six of Pentacles. The Hanged Man. Temperance. Libra, I feel like you're going to go through a very significant transformation here. With Temperance, Libra, I really feel like you're working on yourself and you're trying to be your healthiest self. The World. Got it. We've got the Two of Wands for the World. Something is ending and a new beginning. Something that you're looking forward to. Something that you're planning, Libra. King of Swords. Ooh. We've got the Nine of Cups and the Devil. Could this be your wish fulfillment? Something very naughty. The King of Swords is someone extremely intelligent, very good at communicating, takes no bullshit. You know, this is somebody that you may know somebody like this in your life. This could be you. You know, Libras, a lot of you really feel like you're in your villain era. This really could be you saying like, I love myself. I love myself. Running man. If you know, you know, right? This could be you being like, I'm a bad fucking bitch, okay? And nobody's messing with me. I mean, I feel like I'm in that era, so. All right, let's look at the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles worries me, especially with the Emperor, because Libra, I feel like you might be in, you know, you might be depending on someone. There may be a codependency here, which is normal. Codependency is a normal part of relationships. It happens. And the thing is that if a codependency is becoming unhealthy, it's time to address it. Six of Pentacles. Strength. Somebody could be giving you a gift, and whoever it is, it's an Emperor. It could be an Aries or a Taurus. Somebody wants to share something with you, perhaps. Somebody may want to share like their earnings or their wealth with you. That's weird. Okay, Temperance. Temperance and the Knight of Swords. Two of Wands. Temperance again. Wow. Libra, I feel like you guys are in hermit mode. I know I was. I'm beginning to come out of it. Devil. King of Cups. Nine of Cups. Six of Cups. Libra. Okay, straight up, some of you, Libras, are taking control of your life, okay? And I think that some of you are going to strongly resist any situations in which breadcrumbing is present or there's like an inequality existing within the relationship. An example is maybe you like someone more than they like you, and you respect that person more than they respect you. You give them more time than they give to you. An imbalance like this is something that you're just not going to tolerate. But beginning with this transit and possibly moving on. Okay. For others of you, I really feel like you're having clarity and you're making a very clear decision in your life that what you want is like true love, true happiness. You want soulmate compatibility. And instead of having, this this card didn't come in reverse, but if it's being clarified by the King of Cups, I want to say that what you're saying is, Libra, what I think you're saying is that you want to have a devilish connection to somebody that in a way that there's also love existing. Okay. And I think you're not going to settle for anything less than what you want. So you want lust and passion, but you also want pure, beautiful love in a connection. There's somebody that you may see as like this perfect mix of that, because we've got the wish fulfillment card here. For some of you, that might be the case. But for others of you, it could be another Libra or another air sign. But for others, this is a Scorpio card too. And we've also got a Pisces card here. It could be just somebody that you feel that your soulmate is out there. And you're kind of like summoning this person to come in, okay? Libra, I feel like you've put yourself into recently, or this is something that may happen to you. I feel like you've put yourself into like a meditative state so that you can sort of figure out your heart, your mind, what really matters to you. With the Temperance here, I really feel like you're seriously considering things in your life that may pose conflicts or may seem difficult to do. Even if you want it really bad, I think you're running from it. Okay. Anything that's going to be too challenging, I think you're like taking a moment right now to reassess your priorities and truly look at what you want versus what you need, what you want versus what's the best thing for you. And I think a lot of you are going to like have this clarity with the Knight of Swords. And like the Knight of Swords he's not a joke. Like he's the fastest moving knight in the whole tarot deck. So it's almost like once you kind of figure it out, you're like, nah, bro, I'm out. Like I'm so out on this horse, like running towards what's right for me, kind of, We've got the World here. So this is sort of, piggybacking on that, saying, yeah, whatever's not working needs to end so that future planning can begin, so that you can bring new things together, destine things together, and take your time and work on it. So let's get a little bit of Osho Zen to make sure that I'm going in the right direction. Give me one for the Temperance here. For the Temperance, we've got the Five of Swords, okay? The Five of Swords, suggesting that what I believe what this is saying is what you're not looking for is a tremendous amount of conflict. You're not looking for fighting. You're not looking for drama. The World. Yeah, racing towards it, okay? A new start, okay? This is a new start that you want. This is the Knight of Fire. This is the Knight of Wands, and he's just so ready. So ready. Hey, Ash. I'm so sorry, but I don't quite understand what you're saying. Can you just type it one more time? With that World card, yeah, Libra, you're just really ready, enthusiastic about new things, okay? Two of Wands. Maturity. Yeah, you're not going to get caught up in, drama. You're not with the drama. I think you're in a place here. This is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. You just want something brand new. And a lot of you could be focusing on money, on projects, things like that bring you like a sense of joy upon completion of goals. The Devil. Exhaustion. Whatever it is that you've been putting a lot of effort into, whatever it is that you've been maybe obsessing over, it's just made you exhausted. You just don't want to do it anymore. You could keep doing it and you're like, you know what? I don't want to be obsessed with this anymore. I just want to move on. I want something healthy. King of Cups. I want a balanced love, not an obsession. And don't get me wrong, I think obsession is great. I think you just have to have like a balance. You know, I'm Libra, so, you know, that does not mean that I'm balanced. It means I'm always striving for it. King of Cups. Yeah, you want to have fun, but you know what, Libra? I think you realize that you're trapped and you're like, I just want to have fun. I just want to enjoy myself. I'm not happy in here and I'm stuck. That devil is rough energy. This is also in Osho Zen, the Eight of Swords isn't just about you feeling like you're trapped in an obsessive relationship, let's say. This is also about feeling guilty for wanting what you want and also maybe leaving someone behind. You know, you might feel guilty about saying, you know what, you're not good for me and I got to move on. Or you're not fun because you overthink, or you're not, you know, responsive, or whatever it is. However, this individual or thing is not serving your needs. And finally, the Six of Pentacles. Projections. None of it is real. The interesting thing is that the Six of Pentacles, this generosity, it's like, or lack of generosity, breadcrumbing, let's say, none of it is real. And all of it is, you know, generated by a sense of confusion. I always say that when people breadcrumb, it's because they're confused. They're confused about whether they should, you know, give a little bit more effort to something, allow something to unfold the way that it's supposed to, but they're also afraid to let it go. This is a loser. And that person must be let go. Okay. I hate that kind of energy. I feel like you're really in your power when you're resolute about what you want and you have integrity when you deal with people. Okay. So Libra, if you're dealing with somebody like this and you've got that devil attraction, you're going to have to muster up the strength to break that cycle so that you can stop going through that. Okay. All right. So Libra, that sounds like a really deep reading. Let's move on. Okay, obviously we're going to do Scorpio because Scorpio is the next sign that we'll be moving to. Sun will be in Scorpio. And also we have transits in Scorpio. We're going to do Aries also. Yeah, that was pretty powerful. You know, it's really about, you know, equity in relationships, which, you know, Libra is concerned about, you know. Libra is always concerned about equity in relationships, but I think more often than not, Libras like give people a chance to, you know, give people the benefit of the doubt kind of. And it looks like there's somebody that Libra has been dealing with that, you know, maybe took that for granted. I don't know. I feel like Libra's not in the mood to deal with any of that. If anything, with the Ace of Pentacles coming out in the reading, and Libras, let me know if this is resonating with you. I feel like is Libra definitely ready for love? Yeah. But I think Libra's also just, hey, Nadia, I'm so glad that resonated. I think Libra's also just, you know, not thinking about the bag per se, but, you know, thinking about projects, creativity. Libras are often very creative people. You know, thinking about like existential shit, like not just focusing on like love stuff, let's say, okay? All right. So let's move on to Scorpio. How's these transits in Sun in Libra, how's it going to affect Scorpiana? Oh, I see. You're dealing with a Sag. Ooh, Nadia, I wonder what placements your Sagittarius has. That's really interesting and good to know. How's this transit going to affect my Scorpianas? Okay, so we've got the Five of Wands already. You'll just do his birth chart. You're going to need, Mary Lou, if I have time later, I will. So hang in there, okay? Scorpio. Oof. Five of Wands, 10 of Wands. Yikes. Got some depression here. And the Magician, okay? Five of Cups and the Magician, yikes. Okay, I see a lot of burden. I see depression straight up. And with the Magician here, I see a little bit of manipulation just because of all the cards that are around it, okay? 5 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like you're having a money issue. Ooh, 10 of Wands and the Lovers. Okay, 5 of Cups. Let's just get the cards down because this is screaming messages at me. Knight of Cups, the Magician. Death. There you are. Wow, Scorpio, where do I even start? Okay, so with the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles, I feel, Scorpios, that you're looking at your finances right now. Hey, Kelly, welcome. You're looking at your finances right now, and I think that with the 5 of Wands there, I don't think it's necessarily that you're planning. It's not necessarily that you're running into roadblocks, but I think that it's a little bit of a stressful situation for you to plan your future finances, okay? I also, yes, I'm going to do Sagittarius, okay? I also feel that for some of you, there may be a little bit of competition in the workplace, or there may be competition concerning your finances, but I don't really know how to convey it. Let me get more cards before I go down that route, okay? Hey, Kay, yeah, I should be doing Sagittarius because some of this has to do with Sagittarius. Mercury entering Sagittarius will be affected. All right. So with the 10 of Wands and the Lovers, I feel like there may be somebody, Scorpio, that you're very romantically interested in. However, thank you. Thank you so much, Kelly. However, I think this person is somebody that you find very difficult to resist, but also very difficult to be with. Okay. But we'll understand why. It looks like there's some challenges there. You may feel like you just have to do too much to be with this person, or you might just feel like this person has too much control over you or something, but we'll figure it out. Okay. 5 of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Straight up here, you're depressed. You want to express yourself, Sagittarius, most likely, and you're not. And, it's causing depression for you or sadness for you. You're looking at the 3 cups that spilled, and you're not seeing that love probably does exist here or can exist here. And what you really want to do is go tell someone how you feel, and you're not doing it, okay? You want to tell someone your actual feelings for them. For the Magician, we've got the Death card, okay? And maybe you wanted to, wield all the power in a relationship, and maybe that's something that needs to stop, okay? But like I said, we're going to get a few more cards so that we can really narrow down the message. They definitely resonate with the transits that are going to be happening during Sun and Libra. We've got Mercury entering Sagittarius on October 29th. We've got Venus squaring Saturn. This is Venus squaring Saturn is dead fucking serious. And we may do Capricorn also. It's dead fucking serious because all of you are going to, make that judgment. Okay. You're going to make that judgment about what needs to go, what needs to stay, what needs to be done. And you're not going to hover in like 2 of Sword energy, 2 of Pentacle energy. That's not going to happen. The decisions will be made. Saturn's, scythe or whatever is going to come down. In Indian culture, Saturn makes weapons. Or not Indian culture, but Hindu religion. All right, 5 of Wands. Scorpio, I think you're feeling insecure about money. There may be other people that are getting a lot of attention. If you do the kind of work that I do, maybe your biggest competition is somebody that gets a lot of likes and a lot of views, let's say. They're very much in the spotlight. For others of you, you may be interested in somebody that has a lot of partners, is getting a lot of attention right now, is talking to a lot of other people. And you're looking at your 7 of Pentacles. And I think the 7 of Pentacles might represent not just, what you have, but how you look to people. And maybe you just are not feeling confident. Now, 7 of Pentacles doesn't, traditionally mean that, but that's what I'm getting from these cards, okay? So there really might be competition in a love situation, and someone is getting a lot of attention, and I think you're feeling a lack of confidence because of that. The Lovers. We've got the 6 of Cups, but honestly, the 6 of Cups came out fumbled. So it's it can be, maybe not. You desperately want to reconcile with someone here. I see that, with the Six of Cups coming out in reverse, you were really on the fence about whether this can even happen, but it's overwhelming the way that you want to be with someone. Knight of Cups. Scorpio, if this is flipped, go ahead and flip it, okay? Knight of Cups. God bless Advil, by the way, because that shit working. Oh my God. Almost didn't do it today. Almost didn't come into work today. The sun. Yeah, word up. I mean, you so depressed right now because like you're just like, damn, yo, I don't have what I want. I didn't get it. And you want to go tell somebody that, you know, they are just the sun in your life. You know, someone makes you really happy. You know, that's that Mercury enters Sagittarius, encouraging a renewed appreciation for friendships and communication. Death. Also, just, you know, just the sun being in Libra is really going to give people the motivation and gusto, like confidence to get what they want. I mean, Libras take what the fuck they want. Empress, the world. You might want to have a baby with somebody, Scorpio. You might be interested in a Libra or a Taurus. We've got Gemini energy here. We have Scorpio energy with the death card. Sagittarius there's some good Sagittarius energy here too. It's pretty spread out. We have 2 Taurus cards, 2 Libra, you know, it's a Libra Taurus card, but I'm just trying to look at everything. We have a lot of Scorpio energy. You're definitely showing up in your reading. A lot of Sag. Could be dealing with the Sagittarius. All right, let's get some Osho Zen. Basically, what I see here is that, you know, Scorpio is perceiving like an unrequited love. And that could be actually happening because I don't know how the person feels about you. But with the Lovers card, I want to say that, you know, this is probably reciprocated, this union, okay? Give me one for the Seven of Pentacles. Wow. 5 of Swords again. So in that little section right here, you got the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is really telling me here that, you know, I feel like you're planning for long term here, and you're getting very agitated, very stressed out. There might be more people in your planning than you like. Okay. More people that you have to think about how they're going to fit into the picture. And I really also think that you are seriously lacking confidence here. With the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Wands clarifying that 5 of Wands, I really think my hair is like way too dry, man. I really think that, yeah, somebody's getting a lot of attention. Somebody's talking to a lot of people, and it's really fucking pissing you off. You're wondering, like, should I pursue this with that long-term investment, the 7 of Pentacles? Should I even go forward with this? Is this for me? Am I right for this person? Will this person think that I'm a winner? You know, like that kind of thinking. 6 of Cups. 6 of Swords. You have the 6 of Cups fumbled because you don't know if you can fix something in the relationship. You don't know if you can take a relationship that you find overwhelming, I think in a loving way, like you have an overwhelming feeling for this person. You don't know if you can, something happened here, and it seems like you don't know if you can recover it, okay? Knight of Cups, aloneness. So the Knight of Cups is clarifying the 5 of Cups, okay? And the aloneness card is like the Hermit in a way, but it's specifically about, you know, trying to ascertain whether you want to be alone or whether you're actually lonely. Because, you know, somebody can appear to, you know, be lonely when they are actually enjoying a type of solitude. And I think right here, you're trying to figure out, you know, that, like, do I want to pursue this and be with this person? Am I going to need a specific amount of alone time? Do I really want to be in a relationship day in and day out with someone? The thing is that this person seems to make you really happy. Okay. But I think it's good for you to think about that. Magician. We got 2 cards for the Magician. Yeah, you're just controlling everything is wearing you down. Okay. 10 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. You need to stop. If you're manipulating a situation, if you're trying to have too much control over something, stop it. Okay. You're just wearing yourself down and you're wearing the other person down. Now I see why you feel like you can't fix it. You probably did so much already to like manipulate a situation that it's over. It's done. You've got the 10 rebirth card and the death right after that. It's like you put the 10 swords into the relationship yourself. Scorpio, the Empress, the Queen of Wands. You love someone. Scorpio, you love someone and you find this person intensely attractive. Okay. Very attractive. You feel like this person is attracting attention. Amazing. This story really told itself. Scorpio, I'm going to call you out, love, okay? Scorpio, it looks like you are trying to protect yourself here, and you've let a situation get so out of control with self-protective behaviors that you've essentially ended the relationship with your behaviors, okay? Now, if it's flipped, Scorpio, because there are so many Scorpios out there who don't do things like this, if it's flipped, go ahead and flip it. If you had a reason for this behavior, I completely understand. But this is what the universe is saying is going to be dealt with during this transit. This is like sort of a person facing the consequences of actions over time. Wow. Okay. I kind of wish I didn't do Scorpio today. All right, let's do Sagittarius now. Hey, Kelly, what's your boyfriend's sign? Hey, Bob, thank you so much for commenting. I actually missed a lot of that. So I got it. Hey, Haley, welcome. Oh, you made it for Sag. That's right. You have excellent timing, Haley. Okay, so Kelly, you're a Libra and your person is Aquarius. To be honest with you, Libra and Aquarius are going through a thing right now where, yes, I do think that your person will realize. Kelly, do you know what your person's moon and rising, his ascending is? Right now, Libra and Aquarius is going through something pretty tumultuous. There's a lot of like a sexual attraction. A lot of sexual attraction between Libra and Aquarius. And to be honest with you, that's always present between Libra and Aquarius, even if somebody just has Aquarius in their chart. Okay. But, oh, Kelly, Pisces and Libra. Yeah. Okay. Same thing. Pisces and Libra is going through something really, really strong sexual attraction to each other. Pisces is definitely in the state of realizing something about Libra at the moment. Like forever shit, you know? So yeah, I would say so. It's most likely, but it will depend on your person's rising and moon sign, because if it's in something else, like, what can I think of? I don't know. I kind of feel like everybody's in everybody right now. Maybe Virgo, I would say. Libra and Virgo is not kind of vibing right now. Well, you know, Aquarians like a lot of free time. Like they need it, a lot of free time. But, you know, it could also just be that, you know, this person is seeing other folks, prioritizing people. I think for you, Kelly, right now, maybe during this transit, what you're going to realize is that you're just not willing to tolerate that. Hey, Bob, Aquarius and Virgo. I don't know if that's like the most compatible match, because Aquarius is really free-spirited and Virgo is very structured and a little bit controlling, and Aquarius doesn't want to be controlled. You know, who's who? Which one are you, Bob? The way that Aquarius and Virgo may connect is that Virgo does actually have a very deep, dark sexual side. And Aquarius likes free loving, hot loving. Okay, so you're an Aquarius man. So are you very committed to this Virgo? Because if you are very different than a normal Aquarius. Not that Aquarius can't commit, but I just feel like Aquarius, you know, they just think differently. And I think Aquarius men really like hot women. They like attractive women. They're attracted to brains, but they easily turn. You know, if there was ever a sign that was a proponent of free love, it would be Aquarius. Okay. All right. Now let's move on to Sagittarius. So, on October 29th, Mercury is going to enter Sagittarius, and this is going to encourage all signs to have better friendships, you know, treat friends better. It's going to encourage the type of communication that would happen in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a very, like, you know, matter of fact, I tell it to you bluntly. Now, let me say, I don't know if Sagittarius can take that, but they certainly can give it. Regardless, Sagittarius surprisingly do make great friends. They're spirited, fun, and if you're looking for the truth, you can get it from a Sag, okay? All right. How will this transit affect Sagittarius? How will these transits affect Sagittarius? Okay, so we've got the Devil right from the start. Ace of Swords. That might be you, Sagittarius, realizing, I don't want to fuck with the devil, you know? Seven of Wands. You know, normally when I see the Seven of Wands, I'm like, boring. But in this case, it might be pretty good. No, Marilu, Aquarius women are very different from Aquarius men. Aquarius women are extremely committed. They'll even, unfortunately, stay in a relationship that lacks equity for a very long time and be like tried and true with that shit. Like, it's amazing how committed. There's really the opposite of Aquarius men. So in a way, you're right. One more for Sagittarius, please. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. I had to get rid of that Amy Barriga person. I have no idea who that is. And I don't want to block her business, but I'm not trying to have somebody scam y'all in my life, okay? If you want to go that route, go. I have no idea who that broad is. Absolutely none. Okay. One more card for Sagittarius. There be scammers out there, guys, so be careful. Okay, and we've got the Two of Swords, okay? So this is a really interesting mix for Sag, okay? Yeah, Marilu, for women Aquarius and male Aquarius are very different. But I don't want to put too much emphasis on how, you know, this person, that person should be. And I also want to say to all of you out there that when I talk about like the male and the female genders, I want you to know that it is however you identify. So, you know, don't think that I'm excluding you from a gender, because I'm not, you know, I'm definitely not doing that. It's however you identify. And remember that all of us have, you know, feminine and masculine energy in us. And these cards do represent yin and yang energy. But when I say, you know, men and women, I am talking about men and women, but it is how you identify. If you identify as a man, then you would fall into that category most likely. Okay. All right. So the Devil, Ace of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the Two of Swords. I see, Sagittarius, that you're looking at destructive behaviors, maybe your own, maybe the behaviors of somebody around you who you deal with. And I think that you're assessing this maybe on the precipice of an epiphany in which you will block something and then make a decision about it. Okay, let's get more cards so we can see more about what this is. The Devil, Four of Swords. You want to sleep on somebody. If there's somebody that is, you know, acting up in your life, if there's somebody causing a lot of trouble, or if there's somebody that you feel like, let's say you have a strong sexual attraction to this person, or you, or, you know, you just feel a codependency, a toxicity with this person. Right now, you're like, hold the phone. I need time to think about this. Let me just be to myself. Okay. Ace of Swords. You might even be recovering from a narcissist. You know, I don't want to go that far, but you know, you could be. Ace of Swords. Knight of Wands. That funny old Knight of Wands, okay? Don't get me wrong, you know, like that could also be you just having a passionate new beginning with yourself or with work or projects or something like that. But definitely this Knight of Wands, this energy, this passion, this lust is coming after you find something out, okay? Seven of Wands. Magician. You're blocking a manipulator most likely. Two of Swords. The Moon. Maybe some of you are like, is this the right thing to do? Should I do this? Can I get over this person? Let's say it's a person, you know, you're wondering like, can I really make this happen? Okay, let's keep going. Four of Swords. The Magician. Okay, there is somebody in your energy. Now, the Magician, it would be, you know, Gemini, Virgo. That does not mean that every Gemini, Virgo is a horrible manipulator. It could just be a horrible manipulator of some other sign that you're dealing with. But I really do feel like you might be working on healing. Also, maybe you're, you know, tapping into some sort of inner power during this rest period here. But I also feel like you need to take a break from a manipulator. Sagittarius, some of you realize that somebody brings a lot of toxicity into your life. And maybe you're even recognizing that this person kind of thrives on toxicity, okay? And you're like, dead that. At Knight of Wands. You might be learning something about this damn Knight of Wands, okay? Knight of Wands, Five of Cups, Three of Cups. It's almost like, you know, you regret maybe a third party situation with this person. Maybe you were the third party. But what I see here is that you're realizing that you allowed, you know, you allowed someone to, you know, put you in a third party situation. You allowed someone to have a good time and only a good time. The Magician. Temperance. Sag, that's you. So remember, you're going to block the Magician and you're going to heal. Plain and simple. The Moon. We got two for the Moon. Woo! Because, you know, you love that devil. Okay? You love that devil. And I think that devil is coming in. And I think the devil is going to tell you like, oh, let's make it serious, because they don't want to lose you. But this is what they want. Control. The Magician came out twice. The Magician. The Tower, babes. Okay? The Tower. The Magician. This is the Two of Cups. But this Two of Cups is about determining compatibility. Determining healthy compatibility. It's saying, can you do that with this person? Because if you guys can't get along in the best of times, you're definitely not going to get along in the worst of times. And that might be contributing to your relationship being toxic. Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is clarified by the Ordinariness card, okay? And this card is about enjoying, slowing down and enjoying, okay? It's about taking the time to just relax, do the same thing over and over, that there's like a sort of healing in that. I feel like the universe is saying that you might have been looking for happiness and excitement, and now what you really want to do is just take your time and get back on your 2 feet, recover from the situation. Five of Cups. Beyond illusion. You've taken the mask off. You've seen this person for what they really are. You were maybe obsessed with someone and in that devil energy, very, very strongly connected to them. But with Beyond Illusion here, I think you might be seeing that this is what you truly prioritize versus this, okay? So instead of that third party situation, or someone who's like continues to date while you're dating them, or someone who's just here for a good time, not a long time. Okay. He's as fast as he comes in, that's how fast he leaves too. It's like you've seen past an illusion. Okay. The devil. Fighting. The Knight of Swords. This is somebody who's always going to cause conflict. So the type of devil activity here is someone who's eroding your self-esteem or trying to. Someone who's always fighting with you. Four of Wands. That's what's going on. Someone who's causing a lot of drama, never letting the relationship fall into ordinariness and true compatibility. For the Four of Wands, we've got, you're not trapped here. Okay, I think this is the Page of Cups. I think the universe is asking you to see compatibility and long-term commitment in a different way and know that you're not trapped in this devil situation. You can keep going, okay? You can get out of it. All right, that was a beautiful message, Sagittarius. You know, if you're feeling, you know, really tied to someone and they're not good for you, it's time to set that boundary here with that Seven of Wands. This message was exactly what I thought it was going to be when I saw the first four cards. Okay. And the last time we're going to do is Leo, because I just feel like Leos have been going through it. So we're just going to do a quick little bonus for Leo. So a lot of my Leo readings have been showing Leo's just like not getting what they want. Leo, a lot of Leos are going through like a divorce right now. Oh, Haley, thank you so much, love. I appreciate you. Haley, was that resonating with you? I love you, Haley. You are strong. Don't let anybody walk all over you, just in case it did resonate, okay? I feel like these transits are all about everyone. It's going to affect all the signs, okay? I'm doing Leo because Leo's just been having some pretty rough readings lately, especially in my personals. Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's go. How are these transits going to affect Leo? Three of Swords. Yipes. Hot Mama Scala, are you here? I can't tell. King of Pentacles. You are here. I miss you so much. I copied your post in my last one, but I think you do it better because you have like a smile. Hot Mama Scholar, guys, I want you guys to check out Hot Mama Scholar. She's so amazing. She's so hilarious. She's a comedian and she's also brilliant. Okay. And you guys have to check her out on TikTok. You can touch her name right there. She's a comedian and she's so freaking hilarious. She's so relatable, especially for all of us brown girls. Okay. And for my Caribbean community, because you are large and amazing. She is like, you know, she's part of the Caribbean crew. She's not, but she is. Okay. She's in our club. I promise you, you're going to relate. Okay. Also, we're going to be doing a live together soon. I think she's going to comment and I'm going to do her reading and you guys can see what a personal is like, okay? And her life is very exciting. All right, Leo. Oh, Leo. And one more for, oh, we got two. All right, Four of Swords and Temperance for Leo. Interesting. Okay, we have some strong cards here. We have a King of Pentacles to a Queen of Wands, which is really interesting. We're going to see how that goes, okay? What I see here, like I said, Leos have been having a really rough time. They have been hold on one second. Okay. All right, guys. So I said that Leo's been having a really rough time, right? I feel like a lot of Leos are actually going through a big breakup or divorce at the moment. So let's look at this. We see a King of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands here. Now, a Queen of Wands is technically Aries. Leo, this could be you because this is the Queen of Fire, okay? All right. So let's get our cards out. We have a lot of cards for Leo. The Fool. Okay, so I see like Leo is ready to end something and go in a different direction. Or somebody that Leo's dealing with is ready to end something and go in a different direction. For the King of Pentacles, we've got the Star card. Something's been illuminated. Queen of Wands. Ace of Swords. Something's been illuminated to two people. I don't know who you are in the situation yet, Leo, but we'll try to find out. Four of Swords. Guys, I peeped two scammers in here, so be careful, everyone, okay? Four of Swords, Nine of Swords. A rest period. Maybe, Leo, you're going to kind of go into hiding a little bit because you're very stressed out. I do see the possibility of divorce here. So some of you, or like I said, a long-term relationship ending. So some of you are obviously going to go through a period where you're like recovering from that, okay? And this is recovery too, Temperance, okay? Temperance. The Hierophant. Woo. You may save a relationship, okay? You may save one. Let's see what happens. The Fool. Six of Pentacles, the Chariot. Okay, so I feel like you want a new start, or the person that you're dealing with wants a new start in love, okay? However, I mean, you're ready to run, actually. Leo, if you're the one that wants to leave, you're ready to run, but I think you are worried about money, okay? You are worried about, like, am I going to have the same type of lifestyle? How are we going to split this money? How am I going to live without a second income? Like, things like that, okay? Hey, Erica. Okay, let's get one for the Star. The Queen of Wands. Okay. There's somebody that you're very attracted to. Leo, I think you're coming up as the King of Pentacles here. And the Queen of Wands, the person that you're very attracted to. Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords. I think this person is not running away from you. I think this person is running to you. Okay? So this person, it may feel the same way. Nine of Swords, please. For the Nine of Swords, we have the Star and the Two of Wands. Again, a healing, something's been illuminated, you know what you want, and now you're planning how to get what you want, what to do. You're sort of like reassessing, what's my future going to look like here, okay? The Hierophant. The Lovers. Wow. You might fix a marriage. You might fix a relationship here. The Temperance is a strong fixing energy, okay? If there's something here and there's still love between you, it's like you're going to work it out, okay? Let's see how the Queen of Wands feels about you. How does the Queen of Wands feel about the King of Pentacles? You can identify in either way. Drama, maybe staying away from drama. How does the King of Pentacles feel about the Queen of Wands? I mean, for me, this is super sexual, okay? For me, the Star card with the Queen of Wands is hypersexual. So, you know, I think, how does the King of Pentacles feel about the Queen of Wands? You're manifesting this. You might have been manifesting, you know, like a spicier love, somebody that you have a strong attraction to. That might be the issue here. Tell me more about the Three of Swords. What's going on with the Three of Swords? Why is this happening? Because you love someone. Because you want to give a cup of love to someone else. Okay, tell me more about the Six of Swords. Could be a Sagittarius. Sagittarius is strong in here. And Aries too. Six of Swords. This person may be trapped too, and they want to get out of something also. Wow. All right, let's get some Osho Zen. Give me one for the Knight of Wands. Ooh, for the Knight of Wands. Oh my God. We've got this is somebody who's really tapped in. This person may be quiet right now. I'm laughing because this is all in the line of the Queen of Wands. So this is the Queen of Wands and Osho Zen. This person that you're into, Leo, they feel this way about you too. And it's likely that they're not saying it, but this person feels like you guys were meant to meet. Okay. Give me one for the Three of Swords. Yeah, new vision. Remember, the Three of Swords is clarified by the Fool, Aries energy. You have strong Aries energy in here. And the new vision card is the Hanged Man. So something that's very difficult, something that's been very difficult for you to endure, perhaps a relationship that's ending, has given you this volition, this desire to move forward, and you know what you want. You've gotten the two beasts under control. However, you are worried about finances, okay? Give me one for the Star. The Fool. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Two of Wands. Aloneness. You might be going through a period where you're like, okay, I really want this person, but do I want to be in another relationship? And the Hierophant. Friendliness. What you're looking at is so friendliness is Two of Cups. You got the Two of Cups and the Lovers, clarifying the Hierophant. You want somebody you're compatible with and strongly attracted to. Okay. I think that's what's going to happen for you during this transit. But it's not going to be without a lot of decision making, inner planning. Like, you're really going to toss this around in your head. It's going to be stressful. It's going to be this. You're going to need time and you're going to be really stressed out. Lots of sleepless nights ahead of you. Okay. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end it there because, I'm not feeling well. And also, there's so many vultures in the chat right now. So annoying. But I love you all so much. I hope that this reading was really helpful for you in knowing how to navigate. I feel like these are the signs that are going to be most affected. And I hope this helps you to navigate. But this is going to be applicable to every single zodiac sign, okay? These transits. And it's going to affect all of you in different ways. I love you all. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. Peace.